also. So I'm going to do my literary analysis of the Little Riding Hood. And in the first stage, like, can you see that in the document that I sent you, um, in the part, the name of the exposition, I write village in a little country. I write forest, grandmother, wolf, Little Red Riding Hood, and Grandma House. In the part of rising action, I write, for example, one day her mother, having made some custards, said to her, "Go, my dear, see how your grandmother does, for I hear she has been very ill. Carry her a custard and this little pot of butter." Little Red Riding Hood set out immediately to go to the grandmother's house. And in the part the climax, I write, as she was going through the wood, she met Gaffer Wolf, who had a very great mind to eat her up and her grandmother. Also, I write, I'm going to see my grandmother and carry her a custard and a little pot of butter from my mama. Oh yes, answer Little Red Riding Hood. Is beyond that mill you see there? That first house you come to into village. Okay. In the part of... I got a problem with my computer. Okay. In the part of following action, the wolf began to run as fast as he could, taking the shortest way, and the little girl went by the longest way, amusing herself by gathering nuts, running after butterflies, and making out. She gazed of such little flowers as she met with the wolf not long before. They reached to old woman's house. He knocked at the door. Tap, 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 tap. "Who's there?" called the grandmother. Like the story, I just reading. "Your grandchild, Little Red Riding Hood," replied the wolf, imitating her voice. "Who has brewed a custard and a little pot of butter sent you by mama?" Okay. Now, in the part of resolution, in the end of the story, "Grandma, what great arms you have got! That is better, Dodo, to hug my dear. Grandma, what great legs you have got! He fell upon the good woman. That is too drawn the better, my child." In this area, in this part, like, can you see in the document, I add parts of the story based in my analysis. Okay. Next page. In the part of setting, I write is a story. In the story speaks of place like forest, grandmother's house, speak of an innocent girl and even wolf. In the story there is lion and deceiving a humble family. In the part of May 10, I write not to trust anyone, lest if you don't know him, if you don't know the person, you don't know to trust in this person. Why? Okay. Let me see 1 minute for explain. Okay, in the part of characters, I write wolf. that your significant is evil Ambrose, grandmother are sick is sick grandma, Little Red Riding Hood is a innocent girl, and Little Red Riding Hood monk. Okay, now I'm going to read my analysis literary of the story. I read a little introduction. In this introduction, it's a short, but it's my mind is that I write, and can you see that I write that this fictional story presents us with many realities that are lived in the world, of how there are good people and bad people who use lies and deception by taking advantage of the trust that humble people give them to end their lives or to do any other kind of harm. Okay. In the can you see more in the world there are good and bad people. They pass situations daily that reflect the story. Red Riding Hood is an innocent girl who goes to visit her grandmother. On the way, there is an ambrosial wolf. But basis of real life, how many girls have been kidnapped in the world and never returned to their homes? Also, how many people use lies to get what they want? That happens day by day. Day by day, many got hurted. People help the others, but many people trash and kill and rob, leaving the other people hurt and emotionally. In the end, my final comment is that even though you are a great person and have good intentions, you should always be cautious. You should be careful who you talk to, who you deal with. Not trust all people because the end can be disastrous. So this is my analysis literary of the story Little Red Riding Hood. My my English is very bad because I don't have anyone who can practice. But in the future, I would like to make a course of English.